What's good, YTBC? They always say if you didn't live in that era, you can't really talk about that fight, right? A lot of people say that Sugar Ray Leonard ducked a lot of people, and everybody. I mean, we can all say. I mean, we could say Sugar Ray Leonard is top 10 pound for pound of all time, right? But if we lived in that era, a lot of people might discredit that. Okay? That's why it bothers me sometimes when people say, oh, Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest of all time. How do you know? You didn't even live in that era. We all lived in the Mayweather era. We know what Duke went through. We know exactly who was ducking. We know exactly who he called out. We know exactly who would have gave him problem. We know if he stepped up to the plate. We know if he can handle getting rocked. See, all this plays in the part when you live in that era. See, at the time, Gotti was the truth. I'm going to let the video do the talking, and then you'll understand why Floyd ended up taking this fight, man. A lot of people think it was because of Floyd. So you see Mayweather now, and you're like, oh, Mayweather. No, this was Mayweather's first time on HBO pay-per-view. He had to come out in style. Why you think he came out on a motherfucking throne? You know? Why you think he came out looking like the king that he is in Gotti's hometown? These were Gotti's fans. Gotti was the champion. You know? And stop. I'm gonna.
It's the boxer versus the puncher. It's the big guy versus the little guy. It's the fan favorite against the villain.
He's a bum. He's a C-plus fighter. Overrated.
He's a little boy. He forgets about that. He deserves a good spanker.
June 25th, that's my day.
Floyd Mayweather is the most gifted fighter in the world, bar none.
Pretty boy Floyd, lifestyle so flashy. I'm the best, the creme de la creme.
Brilliant, clean, hard shot for Pretty Boy Floyd.
Arturo Gatti is the most exciting fighter in all boxing. It's not even close.
Arturo Gatti. What a drama.
I'm gonna take him somewhere he's never been.
Gotti's a vicious fighter. He goes in there to go to war. He's rolling the dice.
Look at Arturo firing that broken right hand.
Do I care about Arturo Gatti? No. And do I respect him as a fighter? No.
He thinks I'm a joke. I just want to punish him. I really want to hurt him.
So with that being said, I know, right? Like, man, play the fight. With that being said, we can look back at this era. Excuse me for a sec while I change screens for y'all. We can look back at this era and say, you know, people look because people will look at Broner's career and automatically ask, well, why did he take that Gavin Rees fight? That was an easy fight, right? That was an easy fight, easy victory. You know, that was he's a bum, and you want to call him the greatest of all time? He's a bum, or one of the greats of all time. Like, it's sort of like Broner will never be the greatest of all time, no matter who he beats, right? That's how some people look at it, man. So it's like a lose-lose situation from the get-go. Hey, it is what it is. But hey, Gavin Rees, 39 total fights, 37 wins, 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He's one short of half of his victories coming by knockout. But if you know, Broner has a above 50% knockout ratio. 1 loss and 1 draw. Now, the 1 loss is what bothers me. I'm going to be honest. 1 loss can determine a boxer's output in his next fight, because they will understand that, hey, I can be beat. You see what I mean? I have lost. Somebody is better than me, which means there's probably somebody else that's better than me. See, when you come in the ring undefeated, already got the I wouldn't say the swag, but the confidence to say I'm the best. Nobody has beat me. I've been through wars. I've been through hell, and I beat them all. You know, that's a lot riding besides, oh, man, I got to watch out for that right. I don't want to get caught like I did before. And that's the only thing that bothers me about Gavin Rees. Everything else, I mean, it's just athleticism. Broner's faster. Broner is smarter. Gavin Rees, he lost to a man named Derry Matthews. And go check out his fight. It's up there. And he first got a draw with the man, and then he came back and won. And what I noticed about Rees is that he's more effective in the later rounds, okay? He's more effective 7 and on. And we all know Broner he don't go past the 8th. Went past it 1 time, but, you know, as far as Broner being taken, somebody else taking him into the later rounds, I mean, that's just not how it is. A lot of times a fighter is holding on to try to win, unless you're Eloy Perez. Who? You know? But this is Broner's coming out party. You see what I mean? If Burns had taken this fight, I believe that HBO would not know what they had on their hands. We can all say Burns is a threat to Broner. We can't. Listen, if you are not just a dumbass fan, you can definitely say that Burns has a chance of beating Broner. There are just some fights that it just won't happen, okay? Gavin Rees, if you don't know who he is, he's sort of like a more in shape Baldomir. That's how he fights, okay? Same tactics. Nothing spectacular. Doesn't have any charisma as far as swag to his game. He's not a slick boxer is what I'm trying to say, okay? If he comes in here like this, you see this dude? If he comes in here like this, pity pat, you see what I mean? You have to have a strong jab on Broner. Don't let him get that arm out there. Jab. See, DeMarco, this is what I didn't like about this fight, and it bothers me now, still watching it. DeMarco came out here with just a jab. What is that about? You know, that's why Burns is going to be so effective against Broner. I just want to see the best. I would like to see the best versus the best. If you think he can win, tell him to step up to the plate. That's why a lot of people believe Vasquez will be even more problems. Broner's not going to be able to come out here and do this. A nice stiff jab from DeMarco like he did in majority of his other fights, he would have been fine in this. But he's not. Anyway, HBO is not going to realize what they're dealing with if Burns ever takes the fight. Okay? You'll be sitting there biting your nails. I'm pretty sure Burns, as far as Burns is concerned, he's more of a solid fighter than DeMarco is. Burns also has the mentality right now to say, I am the best. I'm undefeated. Nobody has beat me. Yes, a lot of people are, well, he's ducking Broner. Broner believes he's the best, which is true. And don't act like Burns is not aware of this. Maybe Burns is saying, well, he might be a force to be reckoned with, He might be the truth. He might be better than me. So, no, I'm not going to take that fight right now. Even though I've been in this sport 11 years, Burns, I'm not going to take this fight right now. Let me see what he does to Gavin first. Let me see what he does to Gavin Rees. And then I'll think about a May 4th encounter. Okay? If HBO had Burns take this fight, sometimes in life, if the opportunity is presented to you, motherfuckers, you gotta take it. You can't sit back in your whole life and just let shit pass by and then complain about why you ain't got certain shit. Get off your ass and go get shit. Okay? They offered him $400,000. Burns ain't take it. Why? I have no idea. Ask Burns. Okay? You might never make that again, and you might end up getting your behind whooped like Pacquiao did, turning out $40 million. Somebody slapped taste into that man's mouth. Why? A lot of people believe Floyd wouldn't have knocked out Pacquiao like that. Probably would have went to a decision because Pacquiao's so tough if he did win. A lot of people believe that. I didn't say I'm one of those people who believe that. But no, that's out the window. Never seeing that money again. You see what I mean? You got to go for it. I think that Burns doesn't realize how much power he possesses as far as how skilled he is. He does not believe in his skills that much. I believe that Burns also doesn't realize that he has just a good amount of chance winning as Broner does. All he has to do is come into the motherfucking fight with a jab. Look at this. I'm shooting in the air. I got so mad in this fight, it's ridiculous. What is that? You know? That's why DeMarco is 4th on the list. Because we don't know what it's like for Broner to get jabbed on. We don't know what it's like for Broner to be under heavy pressure to really get hit square yet. We don't know what it's like. A lot of people feel Burns will give it to him. Burns has to feel that he could give it to him. It's not going to work just both ways. We feel it can happen. He has to believe that it can happen. Obviously, right now, he doesn't believe that. Obviously, right now, he feels like he is not the best in the world. Because the best fight the best. The best want to fight the best. All you dumbass motherfuckers saying that Broner's ducking keeps on calling out the best, man. Okay? Somebody got to put a bug in his ear. For the meantime, take out Vasquez. Burns will come around because the bigger Broner gets before he leaves the division. And it looked like in the beginning he was struggling a little bit against DeMarco. And this is another thing that bothered me. Look at this. Like, yeah, every single time, like, I'm not going to go into it. It's just that when you fight, if you saw what Mosley did to Floyd, why don't people use that tactic against this guy? That's all. You jab to the midsection, come over top with your power hand. Why is it so difficult? This whole fight, DeMarco threw his power hand right to Broner's blocking hand, which is his right, every single time. And that was so annoying. I mean, look at that. Every time, going to the midsection or to the right of Broner's body. Look at that head. Wake up, fool. And that's what did it, because you're playing patty cake all the time. I'm not the type to put all my eggs into a basket yet when it comes to Broner. I know that he's got the God-given talent. Teddy Atlas pointed out a lot of things, though, if you watch Mayweather or Broner versus Quintana, I believe it is. Teddy Atlas pointed out a lot of things. Like, he's fast. He's fast as hell. Look at that over right. Good shot right there. You know, he's fast as hell. Has just a God-given talent to just throw arms out there. I mean, some people have it. Some people have the ability just to be fast. you know, like a fast puncher. Good sport by DeMarco right there. But Broner throws his shots just to throw them sometime because he knows that he can get right back to coverage very quick. And he knows that eventually one of his shots is going to land. Instead of placing his shots more accurately, like every shot I throw is going to land, not just throw this shot out there just because I can do it. You know, Teddy Atlas pointed that out to me, and that was real good. That woke me up. That woke me up solid. If Gavin Rees comes out here and gives Broner any type of trouble at all, he only lost one time. He might even just be in that mentality of that dude got lucky. I'm going to really show him what I'm talking about. February 16th or 17th, whatever the fuck this fight's going down. You know? So that's why I look at it like, Broner has not got blasted yet. Not like Floyd. Broner has not got a Mosley handed to him yet, okay? Broner has not met anybody with a solid jab yet. You know, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that Broner don't have it in him. He has it. Teddy Atlas realizes it, and if Teddy Atlas says it, it's true. He has it. But in the same sense, we'll know for certain if he has it once he gets blasted. You got to come into the fight with a jab. The reason why people look at Floyd and say, oh, a jab could beat him, you know, a lot of times a jab is not all it's gonna do. Plus, your jab has to be better than your opposition. A lot of times, like I said, Floyd's jab is better than anybody he faces. If you could see in this fight, in a lot of fights with Broner, he does not have a solid jab. He can throw it, right? But that doesn't mean that he does. Burns, if you ever see Burns, go watch Ricky Burns fight and look how often he throws that damn jab. The jab is, I think one of the most, if not the best punch to a boxer's arsenal. If you have a jab, you might not have anything else. If you have a jab, you have a good chance of doing damage because your jab opens up for everything else. Who cares if you keep missing? Keep throwing it. That's what a boxer does. You're there to throw arms. So look at this. No jabbing by either of these guys. DeMarco came right out and played into this guy's hand. If Gavin Rees comes out and does this, it's curtains. Curtains. And I think it is going to be because, you know, Broner, just like Floyd and Gotti, man. I mean, Broner's more athletic. His foot movement's better. His jab is better. He might be stronger than Rees. I mean, like I said, everything points in Broner's direction. It's just the fact that, yes, you can get popped. You can get caught off guard. And it could happen to Broner once he does end up getting popped. Because remember, we have not seen him get blasted yet. So we don't know for certain if he has it in the tank. You know? I would say his opposition as far as getting caught has been suspect so far. You know? I would say that I could say that, you know, meaning nobody has landed cleanly on Broner yet to wobble him or to make him back up. I was about to say Seth Mitchell. Motherfucking Sean Bay Mitchell caught Floyd with a real good shot that he did not notice. It backed Floyd all the way up like, hold on, motherfucker, back the fuck up. You know, it really, really caught him. And Sean Bay Mitchell didn't realize it. And Floyd was hurt at that particular time. Go check. I think it was second or first round. It was one of them rounds. Floyd got caught cleanly. And, You know, some people just don't understand when a fighter's hurt what they have to do. Mosey obviously didn't realize it. He just barreled his way in there. I mean, Rees is on the level as far as Rees is not Gotti, okay? But then again, Gotti was not Cotto. And I believe Cotto is better than Gotti, in my opinion. So with that being said, you got the slick boxers versus the flat-footed boxers. Who always wins? Always, majority of the time wins is the slick boxer. Majority of the time. Majority of the time. Because I'm thinking of Prince not seen right now. Excuse me on that, you guys. But this is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to hop off is that I think this is going to make or break Broner. I think if Broner comes out here and does not put up a display like this one right here, good shot, like this one right here, I think that he has great eye contact too, if you ever watch Broner. If he doesn't put up a display, as far as a coming out party, as far as I'm going to destroy on the knee, hit him on the knee, give it to him, doom, 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 doom. That shit is crazy. On the knee, give it to him. It's the fifth round. Is this it right here? Get him on. Hey, hold on. Let me see. There it is. On the knee, give it to him. Doom, 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 doom. I love that signal. That shit is classic. I've never seen that before either. Yes, a fighter. But actually, that's like a command, you know. Dude just called in a command. It reminded me of football. It reminded me of the coach calling in a play to run, you know. I'm the name. Give it to him. That shit is cracking. That shit was ill. My bad. I'm over here freezing. Like, man, play the fight. But if Broner comes out at all, shows any signs of struggle, shows any signs of I'm not as good as I was in the DeMarco fight, shows any signs of this guy could give me trouble, people are going to doubt this man beyond belief. I will still doubt this man. You know, we have held him to such a high pedestal that we have to see him face nothing but the best now. Everybody's already looking at this dude as if he was Floyd, and he's not there yet, you know? Yes, the God-given talent is there. It was there with Floyd. Look at Floyd's early shots. I need to pull up some of them shits. Look at Floyd's early shots. It's like he used to sit niggas down with that midsection shot. I mean, hey, you know, go check out Mr. Boxing Today. He does a real good breakdown of how Broner fights. He says that his arm, when it's across that body, he shoots to the midsection. And he was right. That shit was ill, because I didn't realize that every time. It's not like Floyd. Floyd, normally when that arm's across the body, he's in defense mode. Broner basically was saying that when Broner comes down, and Keith Thurman, when Broner comes down and fights, when Broner shoots to the midsection, he automatically, give it to him. Fights to the midsection, he automatically, nice shot. When he has his arm across the body, he automatically shoots for the midsection, and fighters need to be aware of that, is what he was saying. That was a real good point that he pointed out. Other boxers, like certain boxers, should learn from other boxers, you know? Like I said, if you saw how they like Floyd got hit from Mosley, why don't people try to dissect that a little bit more and mix it up in their game when they do face Dukes? Like, Broner or Floyd, you know. That's all I'm saying, man, you know. Also, bring a jab to the party when you face this dude. If I had to put my marbles on it, obviously I got Broner. Broner has a chance to really show off in this fight. You know, Broner can't just, this is the thing. Broner cannot come out here and show any type of fatigue against Gavin Rees. He can't come out here and say that Rees is a great fighter. He gave me a lot of problems, because a lot of people are already expecting him to do beyond that, okay? So, if Broner comes out here and demolish him and say, let's say the third round, right? If he takes this long with Gavin Rees like he did DeMarco, we will show no, a lot of people will have be on their doubt train for this dude like they already are, okay? If he comes out here and takes it into the 10th round because he wants to, see, this is the thing. Pay attention to the Floyd versus Endo fight. When Floyd had a chance the entire time to beat him, okay, he laughs at him like crazy in the ring, backs up on the ropes to test out his own skill. I haven't seen that yet in a boxer. I have never heard a boxer say, I'm going to fight this boxer because of my legacy. I need him because of my legacy. He's a great fighter. People underestimate him, but, you know, we don't hear that. It's always a big payday. It's always a popular boxer that has to box. You know, it's never a guy to say, I need to fight him because my resume has to be intact. Not only was DeMarco the best at the time, see, nobody was saying that Burns should fight DeMarco until Broner came into the prime. At the time, this dude was getting pummeled on. At the time, nobody said that, you know, DeMarco was the best fight, and DeMarco had the most money at stake. Okay, DeMarco made the most as far as these guys are concerned, because he was the champion. I'm not saying he makes the most, but yes, go look at how much DeMarco makes. DeMarco makes more than Burns, and I mean, shit. Whatchamacallit? What's his name? Escobedo. Escobedo ended up making more than Burns did. Okay. He made I think it was 180, close to 200,000. Burns only makes 120,000. You know. I've never seen that. I would love to see a fighter say, I have to fight him because of my legacy. You know. Broner, it's up to Broner. It's up to him to decide. Yes, HBO is sitting back, kicking up their feet right now, because they know that Duke is a beast. Anything can happen. They know this, right? So we also have to realize that if Burns came to the table, HBO would know what they're working with. Right now, we might end up seeing a Floyd versus a Gotti. We might end up seeing Broner actually get wobbled. And can he keep his mental state, you know, to still say, yeah, I'm the best in the ring, you know? He said that he's gonna be super flashy. If you look at the Fight Hype video when they said it might be Gavin Rees next, he was like, damn, Gavin Rees, what's his record? He's like, he only lost once. He's a good fighter. On paper, he's a good fighter. You know, DeMarco, Broner realized it. You know, he's like, on paper, he's like, his surprise looked up to really say, I don't know who I'm fighting next. You know, Broner's not in Floyd's seat. Stop giving him that luxury of being there. We have not seen this man get popped yet. We all know that DeMarco did not bring his A game in this fight. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Stop just believing in the hype train to where, on paper, on paper it might look like this. Why do you fight Gavin Rees? Because on paper, they should put on the side, you know, Adrien Broner versus Gavin Rees. And then in little parentheses, Ricky Burns ducking. then we would know at that specific time why this fight is getting made. I think Gavin Rees has no chance. I think Broner could go both ways with this. He could decide to cancel early to say, I'm the motherfucking chief. And that's a good way to go out. But he can also show the world, and I think HBO realizes that too, can show the world his full arsenal, like Floyd got to do against Gotti. You know, if you got a flat-footed fighter, he's not as athletic as you, he's not as quick, nothing in comparison to you, why not feed him a tomato can? Why not throw the mouse in the snake's pit? You know? I mean, that's what I think is going on. I think they're giving him this fight because they are going to, as much as people say Duke is being protected, unless Broner opens his mouth, he's going to be protected also. You know? Because Broner did not come out and say he wanted Gavin Rees. You know? They put that in front of him. Broner did say he wanted DeMarco. Broner did say he wanted Burns. And he said that Vasquez, nobody really knows Vasquez. I think he said something to that effect. But I think I ran my mouth for enough. I think Gavin Rees will get stopped. 7th round, maybe the 5th. 7th or the 5th round. He's not going to make it into the later rounds. His face might be swollen, might see some blood in this. By the 2nd round, we'll know, or excuse me, by the 1st round, we'll know who's the faster boxer. He doesn't have the jab like that. There's too many factors in this. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, there's too many factors to say why Rees is not going to win. There's only one factor to say why Broner is not going to win, and that is a puncher's chance. DeMarco, you did not bring your fucking A game. And you definitely could have. This is the final round. They got 2 minutes to spare. Or 3 minutes to spare. This doesn't even finish, does it? You cannot come out here and try to do this chess game with this dude. You have to bring a jab to the game. Broner took so much out of DeMarco. His punches are really not that effective anymore. Plus, they're very off. You know, even if they do connect, they're not that effective. He threw his power shot all night to the wrong side. You know, like Gavin Rees has to take into consideration how Broner destroyed this guy. I don't think they do that. I don't watch other boxers. No, I didn't watch that fight. Well, you should have. You know? Stop being on your train to where I don't need to watch anybody. Sometimes watching somebody might help you out a little bit. To say, wow, he really doesn't do this at all. He doesn't do this at all, you know? Besides getting in there and it taking you 3 to 4, 6, 7 rounds to figure it out that he don't do that shit at all, you know? He's shocked by the shot. He's a good inside fighter. He's very accurate. Like I say, he's very slick. Woo! I did it. All right, get him out of there. 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 I'm ghost, y'all.
They wave a white flag of surrender as Larry points out in DeMarco's corner and Adrien Broner has a technical knockout victory.
Well, if this was Broner's equivalent of Mayweather's fight with Corrales, he did what he wanted, and what his supporters were hoping for.
Ninth round technical knockout win for Adrien Broner. Heavily decorated American amateur trainer Michael Stafford has his finest professional fighter ever.
Oh, DeMarco. Should have came with a jab.
Antonio DeMarco's cornermen surround him.
World champion, man.
Corner,
Tears of joy.
their fighter has not been too
You
badly
deserve it. Celebrate, man. Celebrate.
he took tonight.
Wow. Here you see Broner hitting
The pink glove is for breast cancer awareness.
right uppercut, followed by
Get your current events on.
another right
Ooh.
and head attack, followed by left uppercut.
Nobody.
DeMarco.
Yo, that body shot right there was like, ugh, turned them all the way.
37 of 45. Say that again. 37 of 45.
That's that famous shot everybody got.
Target practice.
Wow.
And that's what it was. The quicker hands took total control of the fight early, and he maintained control.
That's what's going to happen in that Rees fight, man. I'm Ghost, fellas. Let me know what y'all think. Broner by stoppage, like I said. I'm a 5 to 7th round if he wants to get him out of there. He could actually show off his entire arsenal to really, really say, I can do anything I want to this guy and stop him in like the 10th or 11th. Either way, we all know he has to be on a pedestal right now to knock out Rees. He cannot struggle with this guy at all, and he has to knock him out. He cannot be brought into a decision. He can't, because then I will have a lot more videos I gotta make. I'm Ghost, man.